Alright, fam. So today I'm doing the Bookish Red Flags challenge. It's a complete coincidence that I'm wearing a red hoodie. I actually just saw Cats and Camera do this, and I was like, I want to do that. And then I was like, I should be reading, but I'm going to take a break, and I'm going to film this video because it looks like a lot of fun. I will leave a link to the original in the description down below, as well as Cats and Camera's video. Speaking of Cats and Camera, for this, I don't have colored paper, so I wrote in 2 different colored pens. And the pens that I used were actually sent to me by Cats and Camera, as well as like some books and a notebook and some sticky notes. And it was just literally the best thing to receive in the mail. And you know I love the mail. So, anyway, just wanted to throw that out there. So thanks again, Kaz. I really, really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get on with the challenge. So basically, I pick 2 positives and a negative, and I tell you if I would read that book. The positives have plus signs on them, guys. They're plus signs. They are not X's. Plus signs. It's a little wonky, but they're supposed to be plus signs. And then the negatives look like this. They have a negative sign. They're also written in pink. The positives are written in purple. So that's how you can tell the difference. We have has good reviews. I couldn't get this to focus unless I like held it in front of my eyes, so I'm sorry, fam, but it has good reviews. The other positive is has a good adaptation. Oh, there we go. It focused well that time. I didn't have to hold it in weird things. Okay. So it has good reviews and it has a good adaptation, but it has annoying characters in it. I don't know if you can see that. So, this book has good reviews and a good adaptation, but it has annoying characters. And if I know it has a good adaptation, I've probably seen the characters before. And if they were like tolerable in the adaptation, then they're probably tolerable in the book. So I'd probably read it, but it might not be a 5-star read if you get what I'm saying. The next positive is interesting plot. It's hashtag own voices, and let's see what the negative is. It's overhyped. You really can't see the pink that well on camera. I'm sorry, y'all. I just chose a color I didn't like, and so out of the colors, it was blue, pink, green, and purple, and I was like, well, I don't like pink, and I like purple, so I'll use those 2 colors. And the pink's not really showing up that well, but that's okay. I'm telling you what it is, and you can vaguely see that it says overhyped. So, its own voices, and it has an interesting plot, but it's overhyped. I'd probably still read this, because I don't usually let hype, like, pull me away from a book. Like, I won't not read a book just because it's overhyped. And if its own voices and it has an interesting plot, like, I'm gonna read it. Like, just because the hype is real does not mean I'm going to not read it. I am not that committed to not reading hyped books. In fact, I read quite a lot of hyped books. So, I'm gonna read this. The next one is recommended. So this book was recommended to me, and it is a graphic novel. This one was super big because it was on the bottom of the page. So it's recommended to me, and it's a graphic novel, but it's erotica. Y'all, oh my god. Okay, so this is a graphic novel that's erotica, but it was recommended to me. Somebody thought it was a good idea to recommend to me graphic novel erotica. Yeah, I'm not gonna read this, y'all. The next positive I have is it's on my want to read shelf on Goodreads. Alrighty, I have a lot of those. Not as much compared to a lot of people, actually. But, it's on my want to read shelf on Goodreads, and it's by an author that I enjoy. So, let's see what the negative is. I am not in the mood for that genre. So, I'm not in the mood for the genre, but it's an author I love and it's on my Goodreads want to read shelf. I feel like I wouldn't read it at that particular moment because I'd want to enjoy it as much as possible because it's an author I love. So if I'm not in the mood for that genre, I'm not gonna read it and be like, oh, this sucks. And like, this author used to do so much better. Like, no, I'm gonna wait and then read it when I'm in the mood for it and be like, oh my God, I still love this author a lot. So I'm not gonna read it, but like, I'm going to eventually read it, like, when I'm in the mood for it. Because if it's on my want to read shelf and it's an author that I love, I want to read it. I just want to read it when I'm in the mood to read it. The next positive I have is that it is part of a series. You guys know I love me some series. It also has a beautiful cover, but it's written in second person. Second person is like an automatic nope for me. I can't read second person. I'm not on the elevated plane of existence that everybody who enjoys second person is on. I just can't stand it. So even if it is part of a series and it has a beautiful cover, like, I'm still not gonna read it if it's written in second person. The next positive is that it's queer. So this is gonna have to be, we already drew out the second person, so like I'm almost positive I'm going to read this book. And the next one, y'all, it's a retelling too. This is a queer retelling. Like, what more could I ask for? I can't ask for anything more. I love queer retellings. The only downside is that it has long chapters. So, I'm reading this book. Where is this book? Can I please have it? I need a queer retelling. I don't even care if it has long chapters. I need all of the queer retellings. The final one that I have, is it's magical realism with short chapters. Luckily, I did not pull long chapters and short chapters in at the same time. But yeah, so magical realism with short chapters. The only problem is that it has a boring plot. Oof. Alright, so I love magical realism. I love short chapters. But if it has a boring plot, I'm probably not gonna read it. So anyway, that is the Bookish Red Flags challenge. Like I said, the original and Cats and Cameras videos will be in the description down below. And if you want to do this, feel free to, because I had a lot of fun doing it and still need me that queer retelling with long chapters. Doesn't matter, just give me that queer retelling. Can't believe I drew that. That's like my ultimate book. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.